so you're interested in wood as a material for your gate or fence. It's a beautiful and popular material, but is it right for you? Let's take a look and find out together. Hey, I'm Jordan Martin with Mulholland Brand, experts in gates, fences, railing, and pergolas for over 25 years. With over 2 decades of experience, we've worked with nearly every type of material for gates and fences. One of the materials that we're especially experienced in is wood. Wood is an amazing material and extremely versatile since there are so many different species available. There are a variety of options available for your property depending on your project objectives and your budget. So how do you know if this material is for you? An easy way to find out is to take a look at wooden fences around your area that have been around for a couple years. Closely examine the finish, the frame, the screws, the hinges, etc. Then ask yourself if this is something that you'd like to see on your property. When we sit down with our customers, one of our main goals is to educate them on all of the aspects of the material that they're looking at. Today, we're going to take a look at wood and everything that you should know if you're seriously considering this material for your gate or fence. Specifically, we're going to go over different types of wood, soft wood versus hardwood, wood grade, moisture content, wood treatment, and maintenance requirements and responsibilities. By the end of this video, you'll know whether or not wood is the right choice for you, your home, and your family. Let's dive right in. Now, there are too many species of wood to list here, but let's start with some common and relatively inexpensive kinds of wood that are used for gates and fences, such as pine, cedar, cypress, and redwood. These common types of wood are great for budget installations. However, they do require staining, treatment, and regular maintenance by experts to withstand elements, UV rays, and insects. Without proper maintenance, these types of wood can quickly fade, stain, split, and deteriorate. On the other hand, there are other types of wood that naturally last longer and are better protected against elements and insects. Some common high-quality species of wood that we've used for gates and fences are mangaris and ipe. Now, as you would expect, since these types of wood are higher quality, they're more expensive. You can expect the cost to be 2 to 3 times the price just by upgrading your wood. Your wood's density affects its durability and its maintenance requirements. Soft woods such as pine, fir, spruce, and cedar can easily be dented with a fingernail. This may affect the aesthetics of your gate or fence if it's in a high traffic area. They also absorb and lose moisture easier than hardwood, making it more susceptible to deterioration from moisture over time if it's not treated and maintained properly. Softwood lumber is also more common and inexpensive since these types of wood grow faster than hardwood. Hardwoods, such as oak, maple, walnut, and mahogany, are more durable. Due to its durability, these types of wood are commonly used for furniture, woodworking, and flooring. If you're particularly interested in a softwood, but want the benefits of a hardwood, you can also pressure treat the wood so it's more dense. However, it's important to remember that the extra treatment comes at a price. All trees age differently. 2 trees can have drastically different qualities although they're the same type of wood. This is why common yard lumber will have a grade. Understanding the difference could give your gate or fence a drastically different look. Wood is graded based on its function and its appearance. Lumber receives a higher grade if it's free of defects, such as holes, distortion, rot, splits, and knots. The more defects a wood has, the lower grade it will be. Now, you don't necessarily need to know the specifics of these grades if you're not choosing the wood yourself. However, it is important to know how the grade affects the look of your gate or fence. Wood's natural ability to absorb moisture can be detrimental to your gate or fence if it's not accounted for and/or treated properly. When wood dries, it shrinks, and if a piece of wood is stained and sealed with a high amount of moisture in it, it will eventually crack to let the moisture out. So it's important to know whether or not your contractor knows the moisture content of the wood that you've selected. Sometimes gate and fence installers aren't necessarily wood experts. Choosing a high quality wood is a good start to a beautiful, long-lasting gate, but eventually it will stain and fade just like any other wood, if it isn't treated properly and maintained regularly. In our experience since the early 90s, many projects we've done were to replace an existing gate or fence. In the event of replacing a wooden installation, it almost always wasn't originally stained and sealed properly. Wood is split and cracked in joints where it should have been sealed, it's faded and discolored after a few years, and even sagging from poor installation. Some common places contractors fail to stain and seal wood are typically cut edges and joinery, such as tongue and groove and basic butt joinery. We won't get into the intricacies of staining and sealing wood. However, it is important to consider this when choosing a contractor and make sure that they have a plan to keep your gate or fence looking beautiful. Wood is a material that requires periodic maintenance. As mentioned earlier, if you take a look at wooden gates and fences around your neighborhood, these are examples of what your gate or fence could look like within a few years. Most gates that you see around your neighborhood are typically improperly maintained and neglected, leading to wood gates that look like they've been around for decades after just a few years. Adding gate and fence maintenance to the long list of responsibilities of home ownership isn't usually the direction that people want to go, and this is how they end up with a deteriorating installation on the face of their property. However, if you're just enamored by wood and you're willing to maintain it, it's a terrific choice. Regardless of whether you decide to work with us or somebody else, our main goal is to make sure that you are making the right decision about your gate or fence project. Feel free to reach out to us about any gate, fence, railing, or pergola questions that you may have. We'll see you in the next video.